We're getting our first look at photographs filed as evidence in the gun violence restraining order case against Larry Miliente. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
And I'm Jesse Pagan. News 8 went to court to compel a judge to release the pictures. As David Goffredson reports, Maya Miliente's family says they're not surprised to learn the husband is a person of interest.
As they say, a picture tells 1,000 words, right?
Judge Catherine Bacall released the photos at the request of News 8. They show the gun collection of Larry Miliente piled up on a kitchen table, 16 firearms in all. The redacted section of this photo blocks out Miliente's 4-year-old son, who is standing on the table surrounded by the guns. The only part of the boy not redacted are his feet, standing here in the center of the table. Police submitted the 2 photographs as evidence to convince a judge to issue a temporary gun violence restraining order against Larry Miliente, the husband of Maya Miliente, who has been missing for more than 6 months. Officers seized Miliente's entire gun collection on May 7th, citing a public safety risk.
The court finds that its sealing order has terminated.
During Wednesday's court hearing to unseal the records, San Diego Deputy City Attorney Jeff Brooker told the judge the husband was a person of interest in his wife's disappearance.
We agreed that we would not put up a fight for any of the information regarding Mr. Miliente, his missing wife, that there is an investigation, that he is a person of interest.
Maya Miliente's sister, Mary Chris Droulet, had this reaction.
We were not surprised that he is a person of interest, and he's actually the last person to see Maya.
Also revealed in court, Child Welfare Services has an active investigation into the safety of Miliente's 3 children.
The safety of the kids is always our #1 concern. It's always been a priority. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to see them or hang out with them in the last 7 months.
Larry Miliente currently has custody of the kids, ages 4, 10, and 11.
It's just heartbreaking, that the kids are going through this. And our goal is always to find answers and hopefully bring our sister home.
Currently, we only have the photographs of Larry Miliente's gun collection. Tomorrow, we expect to get the rest of the court records. Carlo?
Been at this for a while now. You've got the photos, but what other records do you expect will be released tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we're going to get the actual written court records that had been redacted. They're being unredacted, and we expect them to be released, and we expect them to detail the evidence they had against Larry Miliente for officers to go into his home and seize his gun collection.
And we can learn more why they consider him to be a person of interest in the case. David Goffredson reporting. Thanks, David. A mad dash to save a horse and its rider stuck in a ravine in the Carmel Valley.
The San Diego Humane Society live tweeted the moment as crews from several agencies, even a bomb squad, worked to coordinate the rescue effort. An all-hands situation in Carmel Valley as crews on land and in the air work to rescue a horse and its rider. As Chopper 8 flew overhead, our cameras caught the coordinated rescue effort. You can see San Diego Fire Rescue and Humane Society crews spread throughout the area, just off State Route 56 off Carmel Valley Road. Down the ravine, the rescuers comforted and drugged the horse, prepping to get it out by hoisting it in the air. After more than an hour, the cavalry arrives, and out of the canopy of trees, a figurative Pegasus as the horse flies through the air to safety. The helicopter crew offloaded the horse in a safe area above the ravine. Once on land, you can see the horse gallop away until it falls, partially blinded by the soft helmet it's wearing, meant to keep it calm. Crews then rush over to untangle it from the harness. After several minutes, with the horse in a calmer state, crews walk it over to a trailer, ending a successful rescue. Officials say neither the horse nor the rider are hurt. Quite the sight today, huh?
All's well that ends well, thankfully. A little scary in those moments where the horse ran off, but they calmed it down.
Absolutely. All right, a bomb scare led to the evacuation of hundreds of people living in a South Bay retirement community today.
Investigators responded to the Paradise Village retirement community just before noon after a resident allegedly said he had a bomb and accelerants in his apartment. When police and firefighters arrived, the man ran but was arrested nearby. The building was evacuated after a propane tank and gasoline can were found on his car in the parking lot. Residents are finally, we're told, starting to return to their homes after a sheriff's department bomb squad was at the scene clearing the complex all day.
COVID numbers in San Diego are rising. Officials say they've seen an 82% spike during the past 7 days compared to the week before.
So where would that put us if California still operated under that color-coded tier system? News 8's Shannon Handy has the answer to that, as well as more on the numbers and reaction from a local doctor.
Carlo and Jesse, California's colored tiers went away June 15th. But if we were still under the original system, based on our current case rate, San Diego would be in the purple tier, the most restrictive one.
Is it possible that we could see this get out of control again?
I think anything is possible.
Dr. Argentina Servin is an assistant professor at UC San Diego School of Medicine. She specializes in infectious diseases and says the recent uptick in COVID cases can be directly linked to two things.
We're seeing a surge in COVID-19 cases due to the Delta variant and vaccine hesitancy, so of course it is concerning.
Here's a breakdown of the numbers provided by San Diego County officials. Between July 14th and July 20th, there were 3,465 confirmed COVID cases. Just a week prior, between July 7th and July 13th, there were 1,899. That's an 82% increase. Keep in mind that's still well below the spike we saw in December and January when 7-day totals averaged above 20,000 cases. As for case rate, or the number of cases per 100,000 people, right now we're at 7.6. On June 8th, it was 1.9. If California was still under its original color-coded system, at 7.6, we'd be in the most restrictive purple tier. At the adjusted rate, which formed once vaccines became available, we'd be in the red. Both included closures and other restrictions.
Restrictions were lifted because we needed to move the economy, but not from a public health perspective because it's safe to go out there without a mask and not being vaccinated.
Just over 69% of San Diego County residents are fully vaccinated. 80% have at least one shot. Dr. Servin and others are pushing to get those numbers higher, saying things won't get better until more people get the vaccine.
We have been using this technology for over 20 years. We have not seen any negative or serious side effects that would be concerning for me to vaccinate myself and as a person that works in public health and to encourage vaccinating my children or, my family and loved ones.
San Diego isn't alone. Cases are skyrocketing nationwide and elsewhere here in California. In LA County, for example, cases are up 20-fold in the past month. Orange and San Francisco counties have also seen a significant spike.
Shannon, thank you. For a list of vaccine sites, visit CBS8.com and click on the help button. As of today, indoor mask mandates are back in place in Pasadena. The mandate went to effect after Los Angeles County brought the order back last weekend. Pasadena has its own health department and didn't follow suit until precisely 12:01 this morning.
A man accused of driving under the influence of drugs and hitting and killing a cyclist made his first court appearance today. Adam Miliente pleaded not guilty to charges that include murder. Prosecutors say the 38-year-old was high on methamphetamine when he hit Laura Shin from behind while she was riding her bike on Pershing Drive in Balboa Park Tuesday morning. The 57-year-old later died while being transported to a nearby hospital. Shin was an architect and director of facilities planning at San Diego State. Today, bail was denied for Miliente, who has dual citizenship in both the United States and Canada.
Scammers will try any way they can to connect with you. We know this, and they'll try and get your money or steal your personal information. And in today's cyber world, they have more ways than ever to trick us when we least expect it.
It's not a news story, but the scams are always changing with new tricks every day. News 8's Kirsten Holmes is on the story, joining us live with the latest scam that we found. Kirsten?
Yeah, most of us have been victims or potential victims for scammers. Even while working on this story today, I got 2 scam phone calls and a phishing email. Now, we were alerted at News 8 when a lot of us got this long email thread. When we talked to the Better Business Bureau, they said that that's probably just the latest scam.
I think I just got another Probably a spam call to my phone.
As we speak about it.
Yeah, man. I'm like, what is this? They love it. They think I got money or something. So
We can get a good laugh out of it now, but if I didn't know any better when it comes to these scams, it wouldn't be a laughing matter. A few News 8 employees got a funny looking email that appeared to come from technical support at Google. There's a link to click to review the technical support ticket that has nothing to do with any of us, so a lot of folks just responded by asking to be removed from the group list. And the responses went on for days, all across the country and all across the world. Jasmine Hill with the Better Business Bureau says, yep, it's a scam.
It's more of a phishing thing. I try to think of it as actual phishing, so they want to get you in there to hook you for more information.
She says the goal is to get a whole group involved where the scammers have even more potential victims after sending out just one email.
So if you click on it, sometimes there's malware that is in those links, and what it'll do, it'll attack your computer and search for personal information.
So we aren't clicking on anything here, but we're taking it up a notch and reporting the scam online so that others can be aware. The Better Business Bureau has a scam tracker online where you can report and see what types of scams are going on where you live.
Romance scams, phishing, there's one there.
So we can make sure to be our brother's keeper and try to help others not get scammed out of their hard-earned money. Remember, scammers will try anything from phone calls to texts or emails or even face-to-face. Jasmine says to protect yourself, remember the scam-proof golden rule.
Rule number one, always, 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 always keep your personal information private, your social security number, your debit cards, your credit cards.
Okay, so there are some other tips that we were given. Here's that phishing email I got. She said, check for grammatical errors. This says link from my friend's name, but from has 2 F's in it. There are things you can do like call that friend and ask them if they even sent you an email. Also, never give out your personal information. And please be sure that when you get an email with links, don't click on those.
Now, Kirsten, we're all over the scams. You're all over the scams. What can people do to help themselves? What else?
Yeah, no, okay, so a lot of scammers or a lot of phones actually have a spam blocker. I found out about this. I'm like really excited trying to put it on my phone today. Check your phone system and see if you have a spam call blocker. That way you can block those calls from coming in the first place. And you can also go to our website and there's a link to the Better Business Bureau where they can track scams. You can find scams in your area and report them.
All right, Kirsten Holmes on top of it, being our superhero when it comes to the scams. Kirsten, thank you.